Let's have a quick chat about IVUS stent analysis. This is from the Coronary Intervention Visual Manual, which you can find at domissipete.store. But let's take a look here. So when you are looking at a stent after it's been deployed in a vessel, you could be looking at an old stent to see if it's restenosed, or you could be looking at a stent that you just put in for that post-stent analysis to see if you need to, well, you're going to do an NC, but if you need to do anything additional. So first, we're going to evaluate it. So we have the catheter, and I can zoom in here a little bit, I think. Yep. So we have the catheter, IVUS catheter, the lumen, and then you have the newly placed stent that should be sitting in the lumen like that and up against the intima. So the intima is, you see the bright white, that's the stent strut. It should be against a white structure, which is tissue. So what you're looking for is, are the stents well opposed and stent struts well opposed? And what that means is this white, that is the stent strut, touching the intima, or is it hanging out in the lumen? So if you take a closer look, yes, these stent struts are opposed, are touching the intima. So that is good apposition, not necessarily well sized, because then what you're going to take a look at is the media. So we said this gray area was the intima, then the black band is the media. So really you're sizing the vessel based off of that media band. So each of these is 1 millimeter. So let's say this is 1, 2, 3, 4 millimeters this way. Media is probably out here off of the view, but let's say this is a half. So 1, 2, 3, probably 4.5. So this is probably a 4 to 4.5 millimeter vessel. And then what you're achieving is 1, 2, 3.5, and then 1, 2, again, 3. So in a 4.045 vessel, you're achieving a 3.0 to 3.5 millimeter lumen, which is an undersized stent. It is nicely deployed, it is well opposed, but it is undersized for that vessel. So what is causing this problem? Because we got good apposition, which is what we're worried about. We don't want in-stent thrombosis where there's blood going between the stent struts and the intima. So what you have is a soft plaque right here. That is what's making this intima look thick. So between the stent strut and the media, you have this plaque, which is why you couldn't achieve that 4.045 size. And unfortunately, once the stent is in, there's not too much you can do, which is why doing this analysis before choosing a stent is important. Doing proper vessel prep to get rid of some of that plaque is important. But right now, you're just going to choose a non-compliant balloon to expand out this stent a little bit and hope this is soft plaque that will compress just a little bit. So you're going to do a 4.0 or 4.5 NC non-compliant balloon to increase that stent size a little bit and get a larger lumen. So I hope that helps. If you want more like this, I do a lot of IVUS and OCT analysis in that coronary intervention manual.